Hi there and welcome. And in today's video I'm going to show you one of my absolute favorite techniques for massaging the shoulder. It's called the rolling pin, and it's all part of our 30-day Thai massage challenge, where you are going from zero to being totally confident and skilled in being able to give an incredible therapeutic shoulder and neck massage to your partner, to your loved one, even to your clients. The rolling pin is just the most amazing way to get knots out of the shoulder in all kinds of different places, both the top of the shoulder and then the back of the shoulder. And it's a technique that allows you to do this effortlessly, that doesn't use your hands or your thumbs or your fingers at all. In fact, this is all forearm and point of your elbow work, and it just works so incredibly. It's almost like slotting in like a piece of a puzzle, where you get to sink softly into all these places and just release tension and hear all the oohs and ahs that your partner has to offer you. So let's do it. Now, just before I do, don't forget again, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you get notifications every time that I post a new video in our Thai massage challenge. So if you've been following along in the challenge, the last video covered palming shoulders, and from your palming shoulders you're going to come on down to the mat. So again, you have the pillow acting as a sweet piece of like a buffer, and also just really comfortable for them and for you. So you're pressing into the pillow, they're pressing into the pillow, but you're maintaining a nice, safe distance between you and your partner as well. You're going to come down first on both knees and then bring one leg up. So this is actually called the warrior stance. And your height relationship is important as well. So, as a little test, if you put your forearm on their shoulder, if it feels like in any way compromised, like your shoulder is going up into your neck at all, then you're not tall enough. You need a little bit more height. And in this case, that's how I feel about me and my partner. So I'm going to put it's called a bolster, where you take a pillow, something that goes underneath your knee, that just gives you a little more elevation. You feel that length, you feel that I can use my whole body just a little bit more. So again, I've got one knee down on the bolster, and my other leg is just on the outside of her body. Setting it up, I'm just going to tilt her head to the same side that my knee is up on. So this is her right side, it's my right knee that's down, and I'm going to use my right forearm and elbow to give the massage. And so where we're starting is this gap, this place right where the neck meets the shoulder. And I'm going to use the middle of my forearm, the soft kind of fleshy part first. And my other hand can just rest comfortably. There's no pulling involved, but I can just let it rest comfortably on the side of her head. And from here, I'm just going to do what I like to call melting, softening. So my palm faces down, my wrist is relaxed, and I'm just being like a butter knife, loosening and softening those muscle tissues. If her amount of pressure that she likes is, let's say, an 8 or a 9 out of 10, I'm probably at about a 1. Just beyond the depth of the skin, like just below the skin level. Just kind of going in and out. I'm feeling, I'm loosening, I'm softening, and I'm just kind of learning about any tension that might already be in her neck and shoulder area. And then once I feel like things have softened and there's a bit of a change that's gone on there, then I can just gently kind of sink in, rock in like that little, just like I'm engaging my core so that I can rock forward without rocking her forward, just kind of rocking into it, sinking in for 1 or 2 seconds, release and repeat. And if you look, my forearm hasn't moved at all. I'm just in that same spot. I'm just being gradual with that first spot. So those first pauses were maybe 1 or 2 seconds, and now I'm pausing for 3 seconds, 5 seconds. And again, if I'm ever uncertain about the pressure, before the pressure goes too deep, I'll just check in and I'll ask. I'll be like, how's this feeling for you?
Very nice.
Very nice. And I can ask, would you like any more pressure?
A little more would be great.
All right, so she asked for a little more pressure. Now, truthfully, using the middle of my forearm, this is as much as I feel like I can give without overdoing it or forcing it or making myself uncomfortable. But we have more of our forearm that we can use. And when we get in closer to the elbow, then we have a little more pressure available to us. So when you get in with the side of your elbow, so I'm not getting with the point, I'm just getting in, you can feel your bone, but it's flat. It's that flat kind of bony area. And so because it's a little bonier and it's a little less soft, when you use the same amount of effort on your end, on her end, it just goes in that little bit deeper. And you could hear, she was like, mm-hmm. And so again, I'm in that same spot. And now that things have already softened, I can just kind of sink in and hang out. Now if I feel that there's knots and I feel like there's a lot of tension, I can always just keep coming back to that first, and so I feel that, I'm saying it and then it's happening literally in this moment, that right next door to where I started, it's like these little nodules, these little bumps, these little hilltops. And so I'm going back to my circles, to my being like a butter knife. I'm just listening and feeling. I'm just getting nice and quiet with my ability to sense, being really light. Again, I'm in that 1 or 2 out of 10 pressure and just kind of softening with the side of my elbow. And now I start to sink in, now that things have kind of melted a little bit more. And I continue. And relax. And repeat. And so in this way, we really get to explore that whole top of the shoulder. Now at some point, what you can also add in, so once you've really kind of loosened and softened in a few areas on top, then you can go right back to the beginning, and then you can also do a roll. Oh, it feels so good. I know she's trying not to ooh and ah too much. So the idea being, it's just another way to create length in the shoulder and in the neck. So I start again close to where the neck meets the shoulder, I sink in, and then I just roll until my palm faces up. Now usually, in my case, because I have relatively narrow forearms, I don't make it all the way to the edge of the shoulder. Now near the edge of the shoulder there is a little bony protrusion. It's called the acromion process. You don't want to roll on the bone, but you can come right up alongside the bone. And I don't make it that far. So if I want to get farther, I just turn my forearm back down a little bit more in the middle. Again, I might start with my gentle easing in and kind of circular movement, and then roll. So I'm going from the middle more to the edge. And because the shoulder, it's not a straight line, it's kind of arched and arced a little bit, so you can play with the angle of your forearm, and just playing with the angle of your forearm means that you're just going to get into more spots. And again, whenever in doubt, just start with that lighter pressure. Just check in with your partner. See how it's feeling. Stay close to the surface. Listen. And then just gently, just with that nice natural rocking motion and with longer pauses, that's how you add in a little bit more pressure, getting into the deeper tissues, the deeper layers of the shoulder. I feel like you're going to do this so well, but I want to give you one more sweet little trick here. If you look at my forearm, you can see that it's parallel to the ground. And therefore, my main points of contact are the top of her shoulder. But what happens if I bend my elbow? Well, really what ends up happening is that my point of contact moves more in the back of the shoulder. And this whole area, as we said, like let's say someone has pain here and they're telling you, I really need a shoulder massage because of the pain right here on the top of my shoulder. But it all works in relationship with all the muscles really of the whole body, but especially the ones in this area. So if you can get into spots that are a little bit more in the back, well then you've just raised your game and you've just created such a more holistic and complete way to give a shoulder massage. Now, instead of having my hand on top of the head when I do this, what I like to do is take one finger and just put it right under her collarbone. It just holds it in place so that when I put my elbow in the back, I'm not going to push her forward. Okay, and so from here, I just do the exact same thing. I'm using the side of my elbow. I start making some gentle circles, keeping it really light, melting. And again, I can feel like little ropes back here. So just take your time. Melt those ropes. 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, gentle circles. And then eventually sink in. If you have the ability to roll, then you can add a little roll as well. And if you really want to just hang out, well then just, hey, hang out. Rolling pin, like I said, one of my favorites. So many good things you can do. Be creative, explore, engage, and talk to your partner, especially when you're first learning. It's in those conversations and it's in just taking your time that you're going to feel that in this space between the neck and the shoulder, it's like there's an infinite number of spots. So just enjoy the journey and feel it and just give one amazing massage. Thank you. You're welcome. Now when you're done this first side, for now you have a choice. If you want to wait for the next video, we're going to actually do some more things on this side before we switch to the other side. However, if you're just practicing this one move, well then you don't need to leave them hanging. You really just hold on to their shoulders, switch your legs so that now I've got my leg up on the right side, which means I'm going to tilt the head to the right, and that frees me up to do massage on the left. So I hope you can see the power that is there in the rolling pin. There are just so many people that you can help right now by practicing it, mastering it, getting more and more comfortable, using your forearm and your elbows to give a massage. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you do, you can develop the same amount of sensitivity in your forearm and in your elbows as you do in your fingertips and in your thumbs. And then what you also can find out is that the rolling pin is one of the most versatile techniques you can give because you can do it just about anywhere. You can do it at the kitchen table. You can do it when you're waiting in line at your favorite restaurant. You can do it in the living room. You know, have your partner sit in front of you, you're on the couch and they're just sitting in front of you. You can do it that way. And of course you can do it as part of the massage, either on a table, on a bed, or on the mat like we're doing it right now. So have yourself a great practice. And then if you have any questions, post them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. And also, again, don't forget about the free downloadable content that explains all of this in great detail. It's an invaluable resource to help you understand and learn and do all of this at an incredibly high level. And then if you want even more support for our Patreon supporters, you get more access to more videos. Now you can see that we're starting to learn more techniques. Now, if you just want to stick with the YouTube content, that's great. You just start putting it together, practice the palming shoulders, practice the rolling pin. But on Patreon, I also have more videos where I start to link all of these things together to give you even more guidance. And then really the ultimate level of support is to become part of our transformational Thai massage community, where you can get certified in all of this wonderful, wonderful massage. So to do that, there's also a link below, and I'd love for you to check that out. For right now, I just want to wish you an amazing practice, give amazing massages, just fall in love with this. It is going to help you in so many ways. It's going to certainly help people that you massage in so many ways. I'm excited for you and your journey.